Very good homepage, no sales number present, but I think it was very thought out. 3X systems, your private cloud for backup anywhere. This one I included because everybody thinks about the cloud generally when I meet with people. They're like, okay, so what am I going to charge on a per month basis? And 3X Systems says, you know what, we don't know, especially if we're going to deliver a hybrid backup model, we don't know how to charge for it on a long-term basis, right? Because we're going to be giving away the hardware up front, and they've got some whiz-bang backup software. So we're going to charge $24.95, but then all of the hosting is included going forward. Okay? And this is an example of cloud, hybrid, where it's going to go. The sales number is present, and they figured out, at least for them, how to solve the hybrid model. Now, earlier I talked to you all about owning the word. Total data privacy, total data recovery, total data mobility. Do you think that they're going to own the word total? No? Who owns total?
Total.
Total cereal. General Mills. Okay? So I like the fact that they're trying to own something, but you can't own something that's already taken. Because when somebody says to me total, I go, oh yeah, the cereal. All right. Bill.com. This is more an example of a company that we felt like really got it all right in terms of their offering online. The name is good, the logo is good, the homepage, we liked it a lot. Price, they have a try it for free. Now, what I really want y'all to focus on there is their positioning. Paperless bill management and online bill payment for business. Paperless bill management and online bill payment for business. Now, I may be a little bit of a square, but I like things that are easy to explain. And then if somebody said, well, why would I go there? I'd say, oh, because they're paperless bill management and online bill payment for business. It's like, I get that. It's not sexy. It's not funny. There's no turn of a phrase that's going to be particularly memorable. On the other hand, if somebody said, well, I really want to go to paperless billing, I'd go, oh yeah, Bill.com does that. I get what they do. They've told me clearly a sales number is present and the references down there are very good. So I gave them check marks across the board on our methodology. It's a little bit text heavy, but man, pretty good. All right, so as we prepared for the talk, right, the first thing that the customer does is they're going to go online. Hopefully they go to Bing from Microsoft's point of view, and they run cloud storage, and later on we'll look at cloud hosting. All we did was circle some of the companies that came up. When you look at DataPipe on their website is pushing a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Like, are you sure you want to do this in the cloud? It may not be as secure as a dedicated server. I get that. But their keys, when they looked at how are they going to differentiate themselves, are excellent. Rapid provisioning, unlimited scalability, no long-term contracts, automatic reprovisioning. As a buyer of the service, once I saw those messages, I went, whoa, okay, I get what that is. Very good, very explicit. Microsoft Cloud, we heard Steve Ballmer make the presentation. You know, here's all the things that they're doing. They're doing Windows, SQL Server, Exchange, SharePoint, Office, CRM Dynamics. They're offering all this, right? And what is their position? Well, really, they've got the experience. And look at that. They did Windows Live, MSN, Windows Update, Bing, Live Meeting, Online Services, Office Live. Some of those are huge winners, some of them not so much. And about 3 years ago, I told you all Microsoft was not going to eat your lunch in the dedicated or managed hosting market. And I would submit to you again, they aren't going to eat your lunch in the cloud market, okay? It's something that they're offering there. They're absolutely going to be in it, like Antonio said. On the other hand, you can enhance your offering above it. One of Rackspace's customers for a long time was AppRiver. They're an exchange hosting provider, but they built some really great virus and spam filters that go on top of it, and all of a sudden, people are buying it, okay? So building on top and adding onto the basic services that people could otherwise buy from Microsoft is a great way to differentiate yourself and kind of move beyond. So it's just important, and I mean, one message I want to think is don't think basic, think about how can I enhance, all right? NetApp, I went to NetApp, they came up in results to a search, and I thought, wow, is NetApp actually getting into the cloud space? And they're not. They understand that they are a complete back-end for all of the hosting providers, and I like it. They look at themselves as IT as a service. They talk about that more, you know, and they're talking about the cloud. It's more responsive to customer needs, rapidly deploy new services, enabling better capitalization, expand or contract as needed, and go from capital to an operating expense. Does that make sense to everybody? I mean, that's what the cloud is about, right? So I thought NetApp has a really good understanding of what this is about. Amazon's simple web interface, same as Amazon's infrastructure, but it's no panacea. A number of times I've talked to different kinds of SaaS companies, ISVs, and they're like, well, you know, I wanted to run some email, but every single one of Amazon's IPs is black hole. I've got to go somewhere else and do it. So because they are trying to be a lot of things to a lot of people, it's not everything for everybody. Their pitches, man, it's the same thing that we run on Amazon Performance thing. Mozy, I have up there, personal backup, simple. It's an application, web storage, right? It's part of cloud storage. And what I liked about them is this is an EMC product, but EMC understands they don't have to rely on their existing brand name. None of us, including Rackspace, has a brand name as well known as EMC. It's okay to create new products like we did with Server Beach or with Intensive that stand on their own. And that's why I wanted y'all to see Mozy. Jungle Disk is a Mozy competitor out there, a little bit less expensive, easier to get a hold of. The Rackspace Cloud, what I thought was interesting about the Rackspace Cloud, and I had nothing to do with building this website, but they understand that people are looking for utility pricing, so it's 1.5 cents per hour. Okay? So if somebody's looking for utility pricing on the cloud and they come here, they're going to go, okay, man, that's utility-based pricing. I like that. Cloud hosting, we don't need to go down the list, but that's the next word that people look at. All the people are coming up under it. GoGrid, focused on server equivalence. I'm a big fan of John's, if y'all haven't noticed. Custom images, he gets that. Load balancing. When I left that site, I went, whoa, these guys are sophisticated. Okay, so they are meant for a sophisticated person looking for those services. Google, limited applications, but they're, so it's very limited what you can do, but unlimited scalability. Oracle got it with their Sun, so this is their response. You click on cloud, it comes up with their Sun site. They're trying to offer all of their ERP apps in the cloud. Tier 3 I thought really liked, 99.999% uptime, so it's a very good SLA. Antonio was talking about this. All utility pricing, 34 cents, 17 cents, 12 cents, 36 cents an hour. Man, does this look like a utility offering for the cloud? It does to me. So if that's what I'm looking for, man, they have got my thing, and their industry standard Cisco, VMware, NetApp. Sounds like good stuff. Let's look at it. LogicWorks, we don't have to spend a lot of time, other than that they're pushing a hybrid. They've decided to get into it, and Antonio said this exact thing to y'all, that look, go ahead and get into it and then figure out what you're going to do. I'm running out of time here. Host location, I couldn't really tell what they were. What they got me on in terms of their difference was they're in Brazil. So if I ever wanted to do something that was cloud related and be down in South America, I would go to host location. They got my attention. All right. Here's names for cloud hosting, shared hosting, hybrid, cloud servers. I mean, a lot of them. Everybody's going to be advertising on these words. Once somebody hits you, they've got to see your differentiation. Let's look at kill sheets. We got a minute and a half. Oh my God. So number one, we talked about picking your enemy, and in that kill sheet, you have to pick your enemy. Patrick told me I'd run out of time. Knowing the details of your product offering, pick the differentiator and define it, right? Makes sense to everybody? Train your salespeople so that they know how to sell this stuff. We like to compile all of these kill sheets into a story-like fashion so that you read. When you look at selling it to the SMBs, these are the things, some of the elements, ticket close time, support hours, live call, live chat. Guys, not everybody can do everything, all of these to the ultimate extent, because it would cost too much. So you need to look at your offering and literally sit in that conference room and say, what are we going to do and what are we not going to do? And if it's a conscious decision to not answer the phone, then just tell me we don't answer the phone because we're trying to keep down the cost of our cloud offering to you. But all of these elements have to be thought through. Okay? Otherwise you'll lose money. Recap. Understand the competitive landscape. Establish a position and value for your SMB. Be first in the category whenever you can because you want to own that position first in the mind. Develop your kill sheets. Get into the market. And for God's sake, please be ready to evolve your messaging. It's okay to switch it over time. You don't have to get it ready day one. Thank you.